Have you ever looked up at the night sky and seen a tiny reddish star? That's Mars. It seems so far away, so quiet. But what if that quiet world once had a voice? What if it once roared with the sound of waves? Today, Mars is a world of silence painted in rust and dust. The air is thin, the cold deep enough to freeze carbon dioxide. It's a vast empty desert under a pale pinkish sky. But the surface tells a different story, a story of a lost past. Giant canyons and dried-up riverbeds hint at ancient powerful forces. These are the fossilized footprints of rivers, whispering of a Mars where water once flowed. What happened to all that water? Imagine standing on a Martian plain, the wind stinging your face, the sun a cold disk in the sky. This is a world that seems hostile to life, yet it preserves the memory of a more vibrant time. Exploring Mars is like being an archaeologist on a planetary scale, sifting through dust for clues. Orbiters and rovers have found minerals that only form in water, and ancient deltas where rivers met lakes or seas. The evidence is undeniable. Mars was not always a cold, dry desert. It had a past filled with water and potential. That lost world fuels our imagination and our desire to explore. Mars beckons us to uncover its secrets. What stories still lie hidden beneath its red dust? Now let's imagine a different Mars, a blue Mars. The sky is deep blue, clouds drift lazily, and the air is thicker, warmer. The great northern lowlands are filled with a shimmering ocean. Volcanoes like Olympus Mons rise as massive islands above the waves. Valles Marineris becomes a vast inland sea, connecting the planet's regions. The red dust is washed away, revealing dramatic coastlines and cliffs. The silence is gone. Waves lap against beaches. Storms rumble over the ocean. Wind carries moisture, not just dust. The world feels alive. Sunlight glitters on the water, and sunsets paint the sky and sea in brilliant colors. Gravity is still only a third of Earth's, so a jump sends you soaring. The days are a bit longer, giving you more time to watch those sunsets. Phobos and Deimos race across the night sky, their light dancing on the waves. This is a world of wonder, a dream of Earth, but uniquely Martian. A sister world, not just a distant cousin. What would it be like to stand on these new shores? How would it change our view of Mars forever? Oceans are the engines of a planet's climate. On a watery Mars, oceans would absorb and release heat, stabilizing the climate. The wild temperature swings of today's Mars would vanish. A thicker, water-rich atmosphere would act as a protective blanket, trapping warmth and shielding the surface from radiation. With a magnetic field, Mars would be even more protected. The water cycle would begin. Oceans evaporate, clouds form, rain falls, rivers flow, and snow caps the volcanoes. This cycle would refresh the land and sea, distributing water everywhere. The chemistry of the planet would change, creating new minerals and gases. Mars would become a dynamic, evolving world. This is the kind of environment that encourages life. The stage would be set, the conditions would be right. The question would no longer be if life could exist, but what it would look like. Mars would truly breathe again. If Mars had oceans, where would life begin? Perhaps in the sunlit shallows, where simple organisms use sunlight for energy. These life forms could release oxygen, slowly changing the atmosphere. In the deep trenches, life might feed on chemicals from hydrothermal vents. Strange creatures thriving in darkness. On land, life would adapt to low gravity and a different atmosphere. Plants might grow tall and dark, absorbing as much light as possible. Animals could be lighter, more agile, leaping across the landscape. Imagine exploring Martian shores, finding alien crabs, hearing the calls of strange birds in forests of tall, dark plants. This wouldn't be a copy of Earth, but a unique Martian biosphere. The aliens we seek might be the plants and animals of a living Mars. Life in all its forms would find a way. Mars would become a testament to adaptation and survival. For humanity, a Mars with oceans would change everything. It would be a new frontier, a second home. Cities could rise on Martian coastlines, overlooking vast seas. With a breathable atmosphere, we might one day walk outside with just a coat. Exploration would mean submarines in Martian oceans, ships sailing blue waters, and scientists studying a new biosphere. The low gravity would allow for towering structures and new sports. Mars would be a world for pioneers, artists, scientists, and families, a new branch of civilization. Imagining a watery Mars reminds us how precious our own blue planet is. It shows how small changes can transform a world. As we search for other habitable planets, we learn how to protect our own. The quest to explore is in our DNA. Whether we find a desert or a world of oceans, Mars will teach us about ourselves. The universe awaits.